Hey yo, it is I, the Great Taco, back with another, or actually the final Deep Space Mine, video, I guess. This will be over the landscape of the MOC. So in the last video, I went over the various vehicles for it, and this time, or the first time, I went over minifigures, and like I just mentioned, it's terrain this time. Also, I meant to acknowledge this in the last video, but on the first video, I was seeing a lot of comments about this looking like Deep Rock Galactic. Now, I understand the resemblance. This very much does feel like Deep Rock Galactic. It's not inspired by Deep Rock Galactic. I found out about it after the game, after I built this, so just putting that out there. Anyway, I'm going to start with the smaller sections and then move on to the big one. So, get this out of the way. It was actually breaking. Oh well. So, smaller section first. So, it's pretty simple, nothing much to it. I'll take the minifigures off here so you can get a better view. So, these things are actually linked by a string up top, so it'd be like a wire linking that communication dishes. And the bottom nothing special, it's just kind of to represent like it's raised up on the terrain, but it's very simple. It's nothing really super special, but like I made sure to get the red jewels everywhere, and then of course the moss, and the terrain's all just brown, or not brown, dark tan. Should specify that. And the dishes are very simple. I just use lightsaber hilts when there needs to be a antenna sticking out of it, but yeah. These are not super interesting, but it's made as a complement to the bigger one. So, guess I may as well go over that one. So, moving on to the big boy. This one is obviously much larger. It's double the size of the other one, and it's also, there's a lot of surface area here. It has quite a large footprint actually for what it is. And this is actually what I started it with. This is the first one that I built. Initially it didn't have this guy, and it didn't have this miner, it didn't have this alien. It just had this guy. So yeah, that has a tendency to sag. I figured out a way to keep that from happening. But overall, the base is pretty similar. It's 2 bricks tall this time instead of 2. We're using a lot more slopes to get the rock work done. This one actually has a couple mushrooms on it too. I like the mushrooms. I have one here hanging off the side and one on top here. This one has a tan stalk, and the other one has a black stalk. So I'm just going to remove the minifigures from this one once more. And here's what it looks like with nothing on it. Actually, I may as well turn this up to show you the dishes on this one. These are much larger. I actually still have most of the stuff in the Pick-a-Brick cup. So I got these in a Pick-a-Brick cup. Same with all the 2x2 jumpers, the jewels, and the 1x1 rounds, 1x1 round tiles. All of that came from a Pick-a-Brick, the Pick-a-Brick wall, the Lego store. So yeah. I'm having an antenna up here. Actually, interesting detail is that I used a lacquered silver. I'm going to remove this and make it easier to look at it. I used a lacquered silver piece that came off of the Aston Martin DB5 set because it came with an extra and I thought it would look cool. Then of course the big antenna. And just overall I wanted it to look a little bit like they needed to install some stuff in the mines. I'm not sure why I used the brown ones up here. Show you something different, but you know, totally looks good. This pit here, all of these are loose. All of them. I just filled it as much as I possibly could because I wanted to make like a big pit just full of these things. Because there was a Lego Mars mission MOC that I saw a while ago that did something similar, but obviously the ground was orange, and or the ground was dark orange. Then the crystals, it was the same piece, but they were transparent neon green. So I decided to employ a similar technique here to kind of give it a little more visual interest. Make it a little bit weird, not weird, but just like cool. Then actually this one, as opposed to the other two modules, so most of the crystals are held down by these little, the 2x2 rounds, or bricks with studs on the sides. On this one I had a few dark tan 1x1 round plates with holes in them. So that really fit well for making smaller clusters, kind of placing them around. I actually have two of them, one here and one right there, and it makes for an interesting look. Just overall, slightly more interesting. Also, this one's a lot of moss. I kind of went overboard a little bit. I still have more of these actually. I need to figure out what to do with them all. But yeah, it's not really much else to show here aside from that. So I guess that's. Just put the other one back into frame. Actually, this notch here wasn't initially, because it's like a weird notch here. If you look at it from a certain angle, you can see there's like an indent. That was unintentional, but it works perfectly for lining them all up like this. They kind of all stand a little bit apart, so don't really have much else to say about this, so ciao.